Chapter 3. Alone and Cold. Skatir walked through the ravaged forest, her eyes wide with dismay. The trees, once proud and green, now stood as charred skeletons, their blackened stumps jutting out of the ground like bony fingers. A fine pink dust coated everything. Skatir shivered, partially at the desolate sights, and partially from being soaking wet in the harsh, cold weather. There was nothing living left, and the eerie silence was weighing her down. Skatir's teeth chattered, and her body shook with each step. Her dress, sodden and clinging, offered little protection, but she was grateful for its meager warmth. With weary cold legs, Skatir trudged upward, every step heavier than the last. The higher she climbed, the colder she became. As she reached the summit of the small hill, she spotted a familiar sight, a rune stone, its surface covered in ancient golden runes. She'd seen these stones many times before, back in her village. Deciphering them was part of her training to become a priest. Her village had a sanctuary just outside it with several tall stones like this one, each adorned with intricate carvings that told the stories of the ancients. Though no one could truly decipher the runes, the priesthood had spent generations trying to unravel their mysteries. Skatir recognized some of the markings on this particular stone. It depicted the time before the fall, when the ancients had ruled the world in a wondrous utopia of their own creation. Her eyes followed the topmost runes, which represented the three grand empires of the ancients. Beneath them, the carvings represented the ancients' marvelous creations, their cities, with spires reaching for the heavens and the hell gates. The ancients' power was so great they could even create gateways to the underworld and command what emerged from them. At the bottom of the ancient stone, the markings depicted the living creations of the ancients, the very beings that now inhabited this world. The orcs, the dwarves, the humans, the trolls, even the elves. Skatir's thoughts wandered to the tales of old, when all these races lived in harmony under the ancients' wise rule.
A golden age, lost to the sands of time.
She had never met an elf, nor seen one with her own eyes, but she knew their reputation.
Proud, arrogant, and reserved, with a fierce conviction that they were the direct descendants of the ancients.
Although Skatir knew the truth, the elves were also children of the ancients, just as humans such as herself. As she pondered, her mind strayed to the ruins of the ancient cities located across the sea to the south. She longed to explore those crumbling spires and halls, to unravel the secrets that lay within. But she knew it was a perilous dream. The elves guarded those holy grounds with unparalleled devotion, and outsiders were not welcome. Skatir snapped out of her daydreaming and stood up with newfound determination, her eyes fixed on the mountains rising above her. There, she noticed faint smoke rising in the distance. Up in the mountains, maybe one of her hunting companions had survived. The chance of a warm fire was too enticing to resist. She took a deep breath and set off towards the smoke. As she approached the campsite, her heart sank. The place was deserted. The only sign of life, a smoldering fireplace surrounded by charred tree trunks. Skatir's curiosity got the better of her, and she drew closer. She stumbled upon something on the ground. She looked down and saw a disfigured cranium staring back at her. She recoiled in horror, realizing that this must have been the beaster camp that she had seen and been worried about the day before. The air was heavy with the stench of death, and Skatir's gaze fell upon the carnage surrounding the fireplace. Bones littered the ground. The smoke cloud had left nothing but a ghastly graveyard. Skatir's horror was tempered by her own exhaustion and cold body. She knew she needed to rest and warm up, so she gathered wood from the surrounding trees and tossed it onto the smoldering embers. The fire crackled back to life, casting a warm glow over the desolate scene. Skatir huddled beside it and ate what remained of her provisions. She felt empty and completely exhausted. The fire's warmth seeped into her bones, and she let out a deep sigh. She laid down on the cold earth, too spent to worry about what might happen next. Sleep claimed her almost instantly, the only sound the gentle crackle of the flames.